I'd start singing Happy Birthday to Rick, but I think there's still some dispute about the copyright status of that song, so let's not DMCA. Hello, everyone! Welcome to the Zelda 1 Randomizer Weekly. Actually, I think today's the anniversary of Zelda 1 release in America. How about that, Edge?
That is a very, very long time ago, and it is a very, very good time to have these four runners up here. So this is going to be a real, real good race. We've got lots of talent here, and off stream as well.
Oh, I mean, it is a loaded field. I mean, among people you don't see, there's Jay Coper, there's Fred Coughlin is running in the background, John Tabin, all sorts of good runners going in this one. So this is a series that is a winner's choice flag, not flag set, but the winners are getting to add a flag change each week. And in this case, Alsoa, who won last week, chose to make boss HP plus or minus 4. So there's a bit more diversity in boss HP this evening as we start on Death Mountain. Find level 9 pretty early, so at least we don't have to look for it later on.
Is Elso in this race right now?
That is a question. I don't think he is.
so that's pretty great then. Just let's bump
sure.
the boss HP up and then parachute out.
Well, no, it's plus or minus. They could go down.
It's a randomizer. It never goes down.
Look, I'm just saying, statistically speaking, there's gonna be at least one boss that goes down.
Speaking of going down, Dr. J goes down the staircase and into a dungeon 3.
Yeah, that's level 3, and it's Wizrobe infested, so that's not something we're gonna want to deal with for a while.
Out, in and out. Maybe Rick will have a little bit more luck on level 4. It's got a candle at least.
Well played, chat. Saver already in
9. Saver was born in 9.
63 is not a nice large secret.
No.
And I'm pretty sure that'd be more than it could roll up for the medium. That's the large.
Oh boy. So we're looking at a poverty seed here. That's not so good.
Yeah, you gotta hope for a really good roll on the medium. Rick is diving this level 4 in darkness with just his blue candle. And I think he ran into a ladder block.
Well,
So people like to poke their nose around these levels early to see if there's anything just sitting on the floor that could help. Never know, you might walk into a dungeon, find a white sword sitting around.
Well, the other thing is we need 8 Triforces to finish this out, right?
Yes.
So it's good to have the information about whether some items are needed to complete this dungeon or not.
So everybody quickly discovering that level 4 and then starting to move out into other sections of the world. Gotta pick up the letter for Adirondack Rick. You don't always see that. I'm a big fan of picking up the letter but not turning it in until I know I want to buy medicine. That way you still get the advantage of the moblin there in this case not speaking. Because then it's faster.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good heads-up move. You really, you very often only want medicine for 9 anyway, so. And, no, well, Rick was a lever sandwich and had to, we had to save and quit.
Some days it just doesn't work out well. Alright, there's level 7 for Dr. J. Oh boy, if the level we can make progress in is 7.
Not today. We'll try the left side.
So random starting rooms, so they get to go into different places. And we've got keys, and Chester has a wood sword that would be one northeast of Vanilla Start. So Adirondack Rick, not far from it. Neither is. Well, John Taven is kind of far from it right now.
Yep, there's
33 for the bombs, so they're going to be expensive if you want to buy them.
yeah, and we just got our medium secret as well as a 31.
That's not particularly good. Oh, that is poverty seed.
Oh goodness.
One on the small, 63 on the large, and the medium rolled up to all of 31. You can't buy a pack of bombs for a medium secret.
Oh my goodness. And that makes door repairs even that much more painful.
Might have to farm the money-making game for that matter tonight. But the good news for Rick is he can stab stuff now.
Yeah, I think Rick maybe trying to farm up a little bit of money here. But all you're getting is hearts. Hey, there's some bombs. I guess it's kind of what you
We
wanted.
went for the bomb drop enemies, which is a very good idea when they're that pricey, and always a good idea to get you started. Any roads are going to tell us what one of the raft locations is not required. Not sure what well, he's working through the forest, but two of our Armos spots here. Maybe we'll find out what that Armos item is this evening. And he got it. He got a blue boomerang is our Armos item.
Oof. All right. See, our any road is nothing exciting so far.
We saw one take off the raft location at level 4. I didn't really see anything interesting with the other spots.
No, pretty boring any road, honestly.
Alright, we haven't been able to do too much with levels yet. Of course, we haven't gone back to any with the sword yet. I say that as Dr. J is, of course, in level 4 with the sword. But I felt like this one had a different block. A little hard to tell with it, but it felt like we had a ladder block or something in this one.
Yeah, I think there was a ladder block, but you also had another branch that you could take. It would just required you to stumble through a fair amount of dark rooms.
Recorder is going to be the coast item. Unnecessarily required.
Alright, do we get anything good out of this room? Nope.
Oh, silly Edge, wanting good things. Very timely game, very timely. Well, Dr. J is a room away from the Triforce,
Huh.
but not found the item yet of this form.
This 4 definitely has some convoluted rooms, but you definitely don't want to dip out until you found something, and yeah, this just feels bad. One key left.
Still not found that staircase to the item, but Dr. J has decided to continue his exploration. He's rewarded with more keys. And the keys keep coming. This is just screaming to me right now that the Any key is going to be the item in this dungeon. You're actually coming out a net positive on keys. What greater sign in the cosmic sense could you ask for that it's going to be the Any key?
Oh, well, that looks to me like a ladder block.
The funny thing to me is we could realistically see a scenario where runners stop picking up the secret coins. Because if you've already found both larges, then odds are going to be very stacked that it's just a 1 rupee. And it might actually just be faster to move on.
So John Tabin lighting some trees on fire on the coast and finds Mags and another bomb merchant as well. Adirondack Rick right behind.
The bomb shops have been plentiful. Of course they are. Rick is back in familiar territory of one-hit KO. That's what he was doing all day. He says, let's at least make this 2, and grabs the heart.
Alright, so it looks like Jay dug out a heart container.
Level 7 now for John Tabin and Adirondack Rick. This is probably a good time to thank our runners for putting on a show, and Kairos doing our tracking this evening. Another 31 up in the letter spot, not ladder, letter.
And now that we have a sword, we can do a little something in level 7, but yeah, that's not too much of what you wanted. Rick, however, finding some bomb spots, and it's just a pass through.
I called it!
Wow!
I'm telling you that the game just gave that great big tell. But you know what? No regrets if you're Dr. J, because that's a great early item.
Yeah, that is definitely one of those items that the earlier you find it, the better off you are. So that facilitates a lot of exploration, and see where Rick is up to. Rick runs into yeah, looks like a ladder block there as well.
Chad asking which runner we are on. Usually it's the first runner that you're seeing, so it's chest jerk right now. It generally, in these layouts, is going to be the first runner you see, unless there's a specific reason that it goes to another. That's a big old Gliok hanging around in this level 7. And it could be plus 4 HP!
Alright, Jay passing on the candle, just gonna pick up a heart container.
There is our white sword item. It's the ladder. And John Taven is like, where's 2 more hearts? I need them right now.
Oof, yeah. Yeah, chest jerk and Jay would be in pretty good shape to pick that up, but John needs to find some heart containers.
Chester trying to find a way into that white sword cave, and it's level 1.
Okay. Now this is a pretty good one to find. You feel pretty good about your ability to navigate through here.
Yeah, only bad thing for him is he's coming in with no keys. And, of course, Woodsword splits the gels, and You'll get drops from them that way. Dodongo dwells close to start. Actually, that would still be a useful hint.
Well, all right. That's
We've not found that yet.
a pretty good bomb shot. What we got here? Yeah, this is definitely looking like keys would make this dungeon a lot nicer to travel through, but Gesture has some options.
Of course, it's level 1, so we're looking for a floor drop item and a staircase item.
Oh, there's a heart container.
He's definitely well suited to pick up that ladder once he finds it, and there's a key.
So
Now, I
Jay
said
was.
before, the wood sword is going to keep you from getting drops from those dudes, but you can still bomb them.
So it looks like Jay was trying to take another shot at the blue wizrobes in 3 and just got absolutely stuffed. So gonna up an A and try his luck somewhere else. And this is a pretty good place to be with the master key, that's for sure.
So Chester has seen, I think, at least 3 different key doors that he could invest this one key in. And he makes his choice going right from start. He did that based on the dungeon shape, and he figured this was going to open up the most adjacent rooms.
Well, that was a good bomb find, and that's a good Triforce find, too.
Yeah, well, with 2 items in this one, you really don't want to have to leave them behind, but this is just not a nice level to be in with without keys. So he's got to stab a whole bunch of hopping things, but that clock's gonna make it a lot easier. Still waiting for the day when we get to use the microphone in Rando.
So Jay is stuck, unfortunately, trying to lure these Lionels out one at a time, and they are just basically piling in. It's like a clown car in this upper region. So just maybe one more.
Just Jerk found the map, big help. And he's taken the Triforce, and it looks like he's gonna take it and go, not really able to explore that one to the fullest. But boy, if Dr. J gets in here, he's gonna be really happy he found that magic key first.
Bam.
It's one of those things you may not even consciously realize it, but when you start going through door after door, you're going to be quite happy that you're never having to stop. He's still got to clear out these rooms because he's looking for floor drops. Meanwhile, we've got Adirondack recovering some new territory over in level 8. He spent a lot of time practicing his level 8 today. Alright, that's an item, and it's the Coast Heart in level 8. I think. It's a heart anyways.
Yeah. Well, it's not the easy to get item you're hoping to see. It helps a little bit. Only a little.
Okay, Cairo says I was right. Yay!
Alright, Chest Jerk trying to get something done in 7.
Boy, this one had a lot of keys if you had picked a different path. If you went straight down. I've seen a couple of keys this way. Which, for Dr. J, the biggest thing is this can't be a floor drop for him because of the key.
Is he trying to force a bomb drop or something?
That's all I can figure. Or he's trying to make the room faster to go through. No, he's going for the full kill.
Oh.
Alright, a few bets. Mixed hints on, so you either get... Oh no, I'm sorry, that's Moneymaker game.
There's
Money
another key. So, yeah, Chess Jerk unfortunately just picked the wrong door.
John Taven has farmed up to 130 rupees, which is a good amount, and Adirondack Rick has found the raft in level 8 to go along with that coast art. Now, we've already ruled out Vanilla 4's location for the raft. That was in any road, but still could need it for the other location.
Let's see, there's R7 here, and kind of an ugly map.
That's so ugly. What were they thinking when they made it?
I don't know.
Vanilla.
It kind of looks like a dinosaur with its mouth open.
You would see that. For those who don't know, Edge, the champion of Team Tyro for Final Fantasy 1. So the other thing is with vanilla shapes, you gotta watch out for the secret rooms too, because they are in play. I'm not an expert at all of them, but I think Chester could bomb north there. Either that or you bomb west. I don't know. Use the helper if you don't know.
Yeah.
Don't trust me to tell you.
Rick is making some steady progress in 8, but it is definitely time consuming. I feel like if anybody does it, if 8 doesn't give you something that's immediately helpful, it's gonna feel real bad when everybody else comes in here with white sword and a wand.
Unless white sword and wand are in here.
Exactly.
In which case they won't. Question in chat: what does the heart mean on the tracker? So in the vanilla game, the coast, the east coast of Hyrule, had had a heart sitting out there that you needed the ladder for. We call that the coast heart, and that's the one that's indicated on the tracker.
So it looks like 4 hearts is all that John Taben needed. And he made a beeline for 4. So we may see what lies beyond that ladder block pretty soon.
And the red ring is in level 1. Dr. J is well rewarded for having that any key.
So I mean, if you're gonna find early items, you could do a whole lot worse than those. Suddenly the wizrobes that are clogging up Dungeon 3 don't seem so bad.
Yeah, he's found the utility instead of the requirements, but the earlier you get utility, the better. Well, it's taken a significant time investment for everyone to get anywhere, but we've seen runners make progress in a couple different places so far.
Yeah, we've definitely had some Triforce pickups. I mean, Rick is up 2 Triforces in the longest dungeons, that is not a trivial feat. Bombs everywhere. Okay.
And Rick's gonna grab his ladder. Again, once you know where it is, it turns out to not be that hard to get some hearts with the sword, and level 7's gonna have the power bracelet. There was actually a theory in chat that may be required this evening for level 2 because of the hint that it was near start. We will see if that turns out to be true. Chester just found the power bracelet in level 7 to answer a question in chat.
So when they say near start, is that vanilla start or where you start in the randomizer?
It is vanilla. The easiest way to tell those zones that it refers to is actually in Z Helper. Will color code and map it for you. And so by a lake, it'll show you exactly what those means. Death Mountain, it'll show you exactly where that is versus where the grave is. Because eventually you get a one-screen cutoff on these things.
So yeah, if that's the case, then Chest Jerk might get handsomely rewarded for this push spot.
But there's still several missing levels, so I mean, it could block more than one. And Chest Jerk's got level 2. And plenty of Dark Nuts. Because of course.
John
John
Tabin?
Taven has just found the magic key on his.
Jay just
Is that...
hearing.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say Jay just got the hint about level 2. Go ahead.
I was thinking that that was Chest Jerk and saying, wait, did it just give a level hint for itself? Threw me off for just a second. Chat says book is in one. I didn't see it, but okay. Probably on the floor.
Where it will remain.
Well, our runners have actually done a pretty good job of stocking up some money when you look at it. 150 for Dr. J, 200 for Rick, 175 for Chest Jerk.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I
Not
haven't.
being very good. They piled up some cash.
I have not seen a lot of door repairs go off, so it's. I guess it's pretty good to run into nothing but significant rooms. Right, John Tabin doing the around the world to get the flute.
At level 2, of course, we're looking for 2 floor drop items, so it's really important to clear all the rooms that you can. There's your door repair charge you asked for.
Yep. It's where I feel like Death Mountain will be very expensive to traverse.
Silver arrows on the floor in level 2. Everything is coming up Chest Jerk.
Well, that is pretty impressive. Just what is it paired with? That was only the first item, right?
Correct, we look for 2 floor drops in level 2. Or apparently he already found a heart there, which it's easy for those to blend in.
No heart shuffle. All right, so
Yeah.
we are in good shape then, and yeah, pretty
Yeah,
pretty clean run through
logical.
too.
So we've got the silver arrows. Chest Jerk is still gonna need the bow. Probably need the ladder.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Jay picks up a candle for the first time. So there's a lot of stuff stashed under bushes in this seed.
So, not to be a downer, but Rick has already taken the Triforce at a level 7. And now we know that power bracelet is absolutely required. Not just for the Triforce, but also for the silver arrows. How long is it going to take Rick to get back into that level 7?
I don't know. Maybe we can tell him there's birthday cake in there.
As long as it's carrot cake.
let's compromise. How about Peach Gobbler?
Well, not for me, but for the bunny, maybe you could talk him into it. There's level 6. As Rick tries to reverse dungeon order this seed.
So the raft is required as well. This is a collect them all seed, huh?
Well, there is something good for Rick, because that was not free in 8. It took some exploration to get to it. And maybe if runners are blitzing when they get there, they don't find that too quickly. Hence, Korea grumbles with the power bracelet. Chester says, thanks, game.
Old news.
He got the magic key hint. I don't think he'll go for that with 5 keys in the bank.
I think that's a pretty good number where you start to not really care about it.
Yeah, that's 5 is right around where you're feeling like, okay, I'm gonna clear any dungeon I get into. Level 6 has the red candle, and Rick is gonna take a pass on it.
Nope.
Chat discussing whether or not ladder would have a hard requirement. Well, you also have to factor in that it's random start rooms. So you may have a path to the Triforce that does not require the ladder.
Alright, Dr. J is flush with cash here, finds another large secret, so and you have the red ring, so sorry, you're not gonna be buying the other one.
Okay, well apparently the first room in 6 is ladder blocked. Well, that's a different story then. I was wondering if Rick was trying to bomb an item there or what. You know, he was just opening up the wall with swag strats.
Alright, staircase number 2? Nah.
Red ring for chest jerk.
Heart container for Rick. Alright, well, into the transport staircase.
And that's going to put him right at the Triforce. Did we mention plus or minus 4 boss HP? Because that's a thing. We haven't had to fight many of the bosses, though.
So does that apply to Patra as well?
Okay. If I'm remembering correctly, and chat's gonna correct me instantly if I'm wrong, the little Patras around the outside count as regular enemies, and the blue one in the middle is the boss.
Gotcha.
So in other words, the one you don't care about.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if the little fleas each have 4 extra health, that's yeah, a hard pass on that. Alright,
Well, so far we've confirmed every block possible except the recorder. Well, I guess you could say arrow block as well, but I mean, Ganon already kind of requires the arrows, so...
yeah, it looks like John getting the business in level 1, so we're gonna move on and try a different route. And this is about where the Triforce is, so good move.
But as far as access to dungeons, we've now required everything except for the recorder. Alright, John Taven working through level 1. We know the book is here, and we know that Triforce is sitting right there, which he will probably soon get. Chester also working on level 1, and Dr. J and Adirondack Rick are looking around for things as Rick continues to try and reverse dungeon order this one. I don't think we've seen level 5 yet.
I was gonna say, I didn't think we were running an RBO run today. But apparently Rick is.
Why not? He did one hit KO earlier.
Yeah, the birthday RBO, huh?
Got level 3 and 5 outstanding, says our outstanding tracker. Cat percent?
Yep, cat percent. I'll be right back.
Oh, silly cats. What would the internet do without them? John Taven working on level 1. And there's level 3 for Chester. So one of our 2 missing dungeons discovered. More Wizrobes everywhere. Dr. J is going to go ahead and purchase the wood arrows. I mean, he's got the cash for it. You understand why he would? As John Taven's going to grab Red Ring. We just happen to know that these silver arrows are freely available in level 2. You just need the power bracelet to be able to get them, and that's sitting not so free in level 7. Rick is going to buy a potion. Talk about your right order seeds, says Chad. Well, that's interesting because there's an argument to make for multiple directions. So Dr. J was able to get that magic key and red ring early. Chester has enough keys, he's not really hurting for the lack of the magic key. And also Dr. J has found that ladder that Chester has not. There is a dig dagger, but recorder is not going to be required because of that. Because the key is just sitting on the ground. Adirondack Rick having trouble getting into that level 1 there at the Vanilla White Sword Cave. The Lionels doing what Lionels do best. Shooting swords in inconvenient directions. John Taven has his Triforce at a level 1. 3 Triforces, still the most anybody has on stream. And Rick's gonna try for this one more time. Boomerang strats get him in the door.
Yeah, honestly, it was a stunning success.
The only thing TGE wouldn't like about that is that it involved the magic boomerang instead of the wood. Otherwise, he would be so happy right now. Oh, Rick exploring level 1. Chester looking for an item 3. Bow would obviously be the most important thing we could find. wand would not be unwelcome, and white sword is also something you're gonna enjoy.
Yeah, that is tremendously useful. Especially because it's yeah, 3 is not particularly easy to get through with those whiz robes in front. So well guarded white sword.
So, Kairos has gone ahead and filled in that means Bo is in 5, because knowing all the other items and knowing that Bo cannot be in 9, that leaves us with the Wood Boomerang and Wand in 9 and Bo in 5. That's your no mode, folks.
Yeah, a little disappointing that the wand probably not going to come into play, but hey, the white sword is plenty good enough for our runners.
And Recorder not required.
You know, the recorder was literally bait this seed.
I mean, technically, we could still have a dig bagger block. Technically, there's still a chance. It could guard a Triforce in 5 or something. Well, the good news for Rick is he went the right direction with his keys, that level 1's going to keep him going with them.
Yeah, meanwhile, John Tabin out of bombs, but finally through this Wizrobe wall.
Generally a worthwhile trade. But where is 5, asks chat. That's going to be a big question for our runners, but we know it's not going to be a block of raft or recorder.
I mean, how crazy would it be if that was also powered bracelet block?
There is a chance. I'm saying there's a chance. Chester in 4 with 9 keys, which is always a great indication you're about to find the magic key. Has level 9 been found? Asks chat. It was the very first thing that we found. I think it was the first cave anybody went into.
Alright, we have 3 renderings on screen right now, so everybody is well armored. John Tabin gonna help himself to the white sword.
And his Adirondack Rick found that red ring. I imagine he said something like, "That's not funny, game." He could have very much used it to get in here.
Yeah, it really feels like a lot of these dungeons are giving you the item that would be most useful for traversing it within.
Now this is noteworthy. 6 is raft blocked. Of our runners on stream, only one of them has the raft. So the others still have to dig that out. As John Taven grabs the Triforce in 3. On the other hand, Rick still has to dig out the power bracelet from 7, where he's already got the Triforce, and, oh yeah, it's level 7. Question about what system they play on, and that will vary. Runners do like to do it on console using a flash card as much as possible.
Alright, so our third white sword pickup on Jay's side. Meanwhile, Chest Jerk is going to help himself to the magic key.
So, Chest Jerk with a white sword now. He's going to be able to kill things fast and furious. Don't feed Ganon after midnight. How about don't feed Ganon? Have we found any muggers today? No, we have not. Of course, not the door repair charge, but the leave yours. And that could make for an unpleasant 9. Or very pleasant if they want keys and you've got the magic key.
Oh,
Well,
John
Rick
Taven
is
finds the
gonna have
book.
to retire the reverse dungeon order strats.
Yep. Oh, it was a good run.
Don't know what's gonna be next for Rick. He's got a couple of dungeons he knows of. And sort of feels like we're going to be in an exploration period here for a little bit, where runners are trying to pick up some of the information that they don't have yet.
I mean, Chesterk is in pretty good shape right now. Can definitely take a look at quite a few overworld spots.
Yeah, he needs to find 8 and in turn get access to that raft spot level. He's got to find 7 and get the power bracelet 2. Meanwhile, he's got level 6, and that has just the red candle.
Alright, and Chesterk did find 8.
And he finds the heart first of all, and is going to pick it up, which importantly puts him in the minimum range for Magic Sword. John Taben is going to practically high-five him to get the same heart container, but nowhere near the same max. While Dr. J is in level 5, which is very significant because it has the bow. I think you can make a case for advantages for a couple of the different runners.
I mean, as so often happens in Zelda 1, or in any randomizer for that matter, each runner has a different piece of the puzzle, and it's just a matter of who discovers the other pieces first. There's a raft for John, that's pretty good.
I mean, when you look at the items, that's pretty substantial. And Chesterk's gonna grab this, and that's basically his last block, so that's very significant for those two.
I forget 6 is ladder blocked as well, and Chester doesn't have that.
He's certainly got the hearts. I imagine he's seen the White Sword Cave because of how early we found it, but he just hasn't routed it back in to go there. So, I'd almost be willing to say that as far as overall item progress goes, John Taben with the best advantage right now, I feel like saying, because Rick's missing piece is that power bracelet back in level 7. And when you look at his tracker, he's got the Triforce at a 7. That's not one you want to go back to. And John Taven, just small advantage for having that ladder for Chester. But again, we saw the White Sword Cave pretty early.
Well, Jay finding the Triforce, moving on, hasn't found the item yet.
Yeah, when you have to have the bow still, and you know it's not in 9, you're not going to be too inclined to leave items behind. And when you've got no heart shuffle on, you know what kind of room you're looking for. You are looking for a staircase room in this case.
Right, white sword for Rick. Okay, so Chester is about to find 5.
How much progress will he be able to make without the ladder, though? Rick? Why are you trying to kill Peahats? I'm sorry. That Rick is getting the Triforce out of 3. That's John Taven. I would like to know why he's trying to kill the Peahat. I'm gonna blame it on the bunny ears sticking up over the second screen.
All right, in the grave, $63. Who said you can't take it with you?
Well, I mean, we took it. They don't have it, so apparently you can't.
Oh, that person can't. Should have buried
But
it.
we have it, not them. Level 5. We're seeing it in triplicate.
It's
In
not
a dark nut room like this, you're happy to have the white sword.
Yeah, it's not a huge surprise that we see the runners converging up in this area. The everything that wasn't Death Mountain, there was a lot to do.
Chat says there's a reason Peahats aren't randomized in dungeons. Yes, there is. That's because we tried it. It didn't go well. They technically, it's an RNG thing over when they land, and when they decide to be obnoxious, it's super obnoxious. And then when they're guarding a shutter door, you're in trouble. Alright, Rick's in level 4, where the magic key is. And looks like we finally have a possible Dig Dagger block. Dig Dagger hates country. Well, Chester's got the bow. So, not Dig Dagger required.
Yeah, and I think Jay saw the Triforce earlier, so
Rick has located the Triforce in 4, but it's definitely too early to pick that up when he's missing as many pieces as he is. Although, to Rick, he may only be looking for the bow right. Figuring silvers for 9. And you don't really have, without seeing that hint for level 2, you don't have enough information to think the power bracelet's required yet. As Dr. J has found the bow. A lot, as far as our on-stream runners comes down to, how long does it take Chester to get back to where the ladder is?
yeah, that being on the overworld, it's not something that Chester is just gonna run into.
But it also means he's going to be able to go mode 6 when he's there.
You may think
And
he's ladder blocked on 6, so or ladder blocked on 5. I don't know if you can get there from underneath.
Rick gets his Triforce out of level 4, but he is still on the item hunt.
Alright, so this is going to cost Chest Jerk a pretty significant amount of time.
It is, but also the fact that he's got the raft. So for Dr. J, he's going to need that raft still.
Oh, we're closing in on it.
And that was the cave. Right at the forgotten spot.
Alright, so...
And Chest Jerk is now in go mode.
Yeah, it needs to go back and get that,
I think
Triforce
he did
up.
get the Triforce out of 5. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he did. And minimum is not going to be enough to get the magic sword, but you sure can't blame Dr. J for... Oh, those wall masters. They sometimes make getting a staircase open difficult. Adirondack Rick is going to pick up the magic key and finish his business in level... It's Dr. J's business in level 7 has only just begun. Now at this point, Rick is going to be able to find level 5. He's going to get the bow out of there and say great. And then realize he does not have level 2. So how long does it take him to full clear the overworld versus go back to level 7?
Yeah, there's the bomb upgrade in 6, but Chest Jerk coming up a little short.
To answer chat, Rick did grab the Triforce out of 4. He found that before the item. He went back in to find that magic key, so he already had the Triforce. That can get confusing sometimes, especially when you're watching 4 runners at once. Everyone knows comms get tunnel vision. It absolutely happens.
Alright, well, gonna pass on that red candle. Next room. I think Chest Jerk was looking for a transport and did not find it there.
And there's the bow for John Taven. Now he's still in need of level 7 to get the power bracelet 2. Dr. J is in the right place.
Yeah, it's slowly coming together for everyone else now.
But if
When
you
does
jerk, you
Rick
are
go back to
just
7?
hunting items, because even if you need the recorder, well, that was the coast, so you already know where it is. So he is strictly looking for Triforce, and that's a very good advantage to have.
And speaking of Triforce, there it is for Chest Jerk.
he just needs to clean things up with level 5. Or no, I believe he's already got that. That should be full Triforce.
And Chester going back into 6, gonna pick up that bomb upgrade.
I do not disagree. Bomb upgrades are nice, especially when you get +6.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. So yeah, Chester
Well,
missing one piece.
yes, he is. I thought he had picked that up before he left. I'm a little surprised he didn't.
Yeah, I think he knew where it was, but thought that it was also ladder blocked. Didn't
Okay,
try to.
ladder blocked would do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure if he could get there from underneath, but probably figured he needed the ladder anyway.
Now, once you know what the item is, it certainly doesn't hurt to go get it. Hey, Goma. Couple runners in 7. Adirondack Rick in 5, looking for a bow and a Triforce. Chest Jerk is the first of our on-stream runners to fill up the Triforce just past the 1 hour mark. And he knows exactly where level 9 is first we found. Not far away, I think, a walk.
Just gonna flute over. Well, this is kind of the area where Mags is as well. And Chester's gonna take a look.
Okay, yeah, he's got a slightly better than minimum chance. And it is enough!
Oh!
That's
Wow,
exactly the right number, because we saw the 10 before didn't do it, so it's 11.
That's huge. That is gonna let you steamroll 9 real good.
That is everything coming up, Chest Jerk. There should just be no stopping him in this level 9. He not only has everything you need, he has everything you could basically ask for except the magic wand.
I mean, he could easily blunder into the magic wand in here too, so who knows?
And he's got that bomb upgrade that he had like 2 or 3 rupees surplus to purchase. Dr. J's got that required power bracelet, so he's in good shape now. And by the way, in level 9, which he can pick up in an adjacent room, a shutter door like this one Dr. J sees, except that's not in 9. But one that doesn't open when you kill all the enemies, because that would indicate that you have found Zelda's room. The compass is also helpful because it'll tell you where Zelda's room is. And there's a couple old men hints that you can find along the way that sometimes are of varying degrees of usefulness.
Alright, so Chester takes the transport staircase and is rewarded with another staircase.
And a Wizrobe firing squad. Yes, the kidnapped guards the compass is certainly one of the available hints that is.
Ah, 14 bombs in the any key is such a nice position to be in. Holy cow.
I mean, the only way it gets better is with Boomstick. Well, that will not be Zelda's room.
You can check that one off. Another staircase. Alright.
Dr. J has found level 2, and there you go. Chester found the magic wand, has let it go. Something he'll regret if he runs into a Patra. But Rick has grabbed the Triforce out of level 5. And Warwitz ropes. Just what we didn't want to see. Alright, John Taven is working on level 7, so Adirondack Rick. Dr. J in level 2. As Chesterk works through this 9, has not found quite what he's looking for yet. He's found one of the 2 items, the magic sword. The other is going to be a boomerang. A lot of runners will not pick up the magic boomerang because of the return time versus the wood boomerang. However, with it being the Armos item tonight and the way that Armos screen was set up, a lot of people were just inclined to get it and figure out what it was later.
So that's a little gross. Chester sees a Patra in a shoot room. Just decides not to deal with that right now. Well, that's not Zelda either.
Couple of shutter doors, you know, won't be one of those. Because it's going to be a single door. Because you can't have multiple flags on the doors. Southeast of Skull. That gives us a quadrant at least.
Yeah, good info for sure.
Hello, Petra. Well, this is technically southeast, but not the room.
Yeah, down to 5 bombs already. If this hasn't convinced you of the value of bomb upgrades, I don't think anything will.
Another classic airplane quote there that Fred has inserted into the old man's dialogue as Rick gets the power bracelet.
Alright, finally made the move, and yeah, gonna be able to dig out 2 now.
Could still see Rick be the second runner into 9. As far as our on-stream runners go, of course.
Yeah, I mean, the hint 4-2 made its location pretty obvious.
Now, near start, you get the power bracelet, you got a bunch of burn bushes, you got a couple of bomb walls. So you get through the bomb walls and burn bushes pretty quickly, and then you only have one option left. Dr. J has a Triforce out of 2, leaving 6 and 8 remaining. He needs 8 to get the raft to be able to get to 6. You know, block clipping across moats with the ladder is not necessarily the easiest thing to do, but trying to do that with a Patra swarming right next to you, it's a time you just move on.
Yeah, that is not a good time at all.
Dr. J is still looking for his missing 2 levels. I don't think he's found 8 yet.
There's an awful lot of digging in this 9, and so far nothing. We got that hint, and that's about it. And the 1.
Yeah, with Wizrobe's wand wouldn't be the most useful pickup, particularly. Except it would help you slightly with the Patras, because you can double hit.
Alright, so through another staircase.
And John Taban will just need one more piece of the Triforce. He did pick up the Power Bracelet and cleared level 2.
So the double transport launches us to the other side of the dungeon. Which is
And
exactly...
here's Ganon.
Yeah.
In possibly the worst room to fight Ganon.
Well, it's a good time to have mags then.
Mags, Red Ring, and hopefully a potion in the too. Alright, so southeast. Now we are looking for a shutter door that's already open despite enemies being in the room.
Well, we're looking for a way to get into that corner in the first place, and Chest Jerk is moving pretty decisively, has a pretty good idea about it.
Chester seems to have an idea where he's going. He did pick up on something that I did the first time he came. Well, this is uncharted territory for him that he's bombing a wall. There's a shutter door and it's open, and Chester's gonna get in and rescue the princess at 1-6. That is good for second place on the night. It's Captain Green who picked up the win this evening with a 105.53, and the snipe is real. Scytown finished third, a mere 8 seconds behind Chester with a 111.14. Those are our runners who have completed the game so far, as Adirondack Rick has entered level 9.
Yeah, that magical sword pickup definitely saved more than 8 seconds, so heads up to Chester. That moved him up a place.
Apparently.
Alright, meanwhile, John Taban digging out 6.
So my question for Chester is, what's your favorite variant of chess?
Rapid.
Okay. How you doing tonight?
Good, how are you?
Doing pretty well. How about that order of events for this seed tonight?
That was quite the order that I'm sure I didn't take, but must have gotten bailed out by something. I don't know.
Well, you had Raft required and Power Bracelet required to find 2 of the dungeons, so you had to pick them up first. And,
Yeah.
You had not gotten the White Sword Cave early, I guess, and had to go back for being able to get the Triforce.
Yeah, for whatever reason, my routing just took me all around that spot. And given how close it was to start, that's kind of embarrassing now that I really think about it. But so be it.
Well, when bombs are in short supply in the early game, it's understandable.
Yeah. And given I'm someone who does not like to screen scroll unless absolutely necessary, without the ladder, that wasn't the normal route that I would have gone first anyway. Although, I mean, there were any roads. So, I think, I guess finding level 7 where it was caused me to go away from it. Because knowing At the time, I knew Power Bracelet blocked level 2, and I found the Power Bracelet in 7. I thought, oh, well, I should go back to level 2. And instead of going just 2 screens away for the ladder, I decided to go back to level 2 and just carried on my day.
So what goes through your mind when you see somebody finish a mere 8 seconds behind you?
I've been on both sides of that. I don't even think about that anymore. I've won my share of races by less than 5 seconds, and I've lost my share of races by less than 5 seconds. So
Let me throw in real fast that Fred Coughlin finished in 4th place with a 112. Shaddy finished in 5th place with a 113. That brings us up to date with everyone so far.
Nice.
So Jay has the rest, and John Taven is getting ready to enter 9.
It was an interesting required staircase, level 9 as well. As far as I can tell, there was no other way except that staircase to get to Ganon. Looking at my map, that was a pretty solid wall blocking off the first column and the bottom half of the second column.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, you bombed nearly every wall on that way through, and no dice.
Nearly nothing. I bombed them all.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure I did. Unless I missed one, I'm pretty sure I did.
By the way, if this makes you feel any better, you found the exact minimum for Magic Sword, because 10 would not have been enough.
Fantastic. Gotta have heart.
That had to be a nice surprise when you were able to get that.
Yeah, I mean, I think in these flags, Wizards are always in 9, so I will always, at least if I have a shot at it and it's not way out of the way, I will go for it. And it wasn't far out of the way, and I had an outside chance at it, and I think it paid off.
Well, if you were lobbying Captain Green for a flag to change for next week, what would you lobby for?
Well, I mean, if you want to follow along, because the flag was ±4 on bosses, and I mean, how many bosses did we face? Not really. I mean, I fought one Aquamentus for a Triforce, and that was pretty much it. So, the obvious thought process is extra bosses, so that flag can actually be of some use.
Okay.
But I will be, I will never say that I will know what goes on in the captain's mind, so I will defer to his victory.
I'd be scared he's going to come out with swordless.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's not a flag that I'm not familiar with, so I'll be on top of that. It's all good.
Dr. J has just picked up the magic sword. Rick did not, although he does have the minimum to get it. And he is working through 9, as is John Taben. So anything else you want to throw in tonight, Chester?
Not really. I mean, it was a certain order required, and obviously finding the ladder after an hour is never feels good. But I'm amazed that I finished as well as I did, given that late ladder, because I think it only blocked that Triforce, and I don't think it was required for anything else, because the recorder wasn't required. I don't think. So, but yeah, besides that, it not too bad of a race.
All right. Well, thank you, and GG once again.
As always, thank you for the commentary and the tracking and everything. As always, it's a pleasure. And see you next week.
All right. Meanwhile, we did have Jay Coper finish in 6th place with a 116. Rick and John Taven exploring 9. There's 2 main approaches you can take to level. One is trying to be thorough, go room by room, and be sure you don't miss anything. And the other is take every staircase when you come to it. You can that way document both sides. And if there's a magic staircase, hopefully you can find your way that much faster. You look at the mini maps for John Taven and Rick, and they're both looking like they're going room by room. And unfortunately, this is just not a 9 that wants you to do that. Also, what's with these required push blocks behind the Wall Masters tonight. And they're the only enemy that loves blocks on the first one. Dr. J is trying to finish up his level 6. He's found the red candle, passes on it, just needs a Triforce.
So yeah, the big question is when do Rick or John find the staircase?
Yeah, unfortunately, just the way they've been going, kind of the grid search pattern, if you will, is not conducive to finding magic staircases. Now, I do think it was up here, around here somewhere, where you get the hint about the kidnapped. Like right there. That's not bad. I was off by one room.
It's right in the corner too, just jammed all the way up there.
Is that the vanilla hint room? I don't know. I don't remember these things. The land moles are nice and out of the way there, John Tabin, and hi Petra.
It's a pretty nice sneak through there. Also, hi
Hello,
Petra.
more Petra. Oops, all Petra. Well, Dr. J is gonna have a very healthy run through this level 9.
John Tabin, meanwhile, getting shot by some Wizrobes, has to go back to start.
Rick is in some new territory for him. Actually, not quite yet, but close. See if he is able to find anything through here other than lots of staircases. And Rick could absolutely benefit from the wand not having the magic sword.
Yeah, so could John Tabin. All right, well, this is the right place to be.
We did have Truant Gamer just turn in our 7th place finish with a 122. And Rick has just found the wand and does not take it.
Jay, meanwhile, finds Ganon.
That'll work out nicely. Boy, Jay really found the fastest path to Ganon of anyone we've seen. That is significantly faster than Chesterk found the route.
Yeah, and that is going to be a huge leg up.
Now,
Maybe
I don't
just-
think he saw the hint about the kidnap.
It makes me wonder if there was some metagaming going on, seeing some of the times come in and just thinking maybe 9 was a little rough.
Thanks, old man. the silvers did indeed lie elsewhere.
Just being extraordinarily helpful is the old man today.
Truthful, anyways.
See, I think John's trying to, transmogrify that last Wizrobe into another enemy.
That is an understandable goal. So Dr. J is looking at that shutter door not opening. Cannot be the kidnapped. And oh, by the way, Zelda is not in her room. In a shocking turn of events.
That's the first place they'll look. Alright, John, meanwhile, taking on Ganon, gonna knock back the rest of the potion before this fight, so...
That is a very reasonable thing to do, especially in this room. I wasn't kidding earlier. This is probably the hardest room to fight Ganon in. So Ganon likes to move in a figure-8 pattern, and sometimes your best bet is to hang out down in the southwest there, let him come to you, and then try to pick him up with stun lock. John Taven's got it, as Rick also gets into the fight.
Alright, so who will be the first to find the princess?
Now, John Taven has for sure seen the hint. I would think that Rick has seen the hint. I don't think Dr. J saw the hint. And
Yes.
the path we saw Chester take to get there was basically completely different than what we've seen. Three runners with Ganon down, looking to rescue the princess. The undisputed hide-and-seek champion of Hyrule. How much more of this level 9 could you have explored without finding her yet? Now Dr. J has seen the hint.
Yeah, and I think John Taven is getting to about the right area, but wrong direction for that shoot.
Nary a compass to be seen, at least on stream. I don't think I mentioned Eat My Steel's finish yet. That's 8th place with a 126. Rick is back to start, which is where Chestjerk started from to find his way over.
This is kind of an unpleasant situation for John Taven, headed in the right direction, but almost out of bombs.
Being out of bombs is not fun, especially not in 9.
Alright, which direction do you want to go?
50, 50, 80.
Always middle. Nope.
What have we seen for bomb droppers in this dungeon? One enemy is slated to drop bombs. I think in this enemy set it's supposed to be Vires. I don't feel like we've seen much of them.
Now, they've been pretty rare, honestly.
Souls are bomb droppers? Okay. Or you could just fight them on the floor if you're Rick. That works too.
Yeah, it's a pretty good plan. I like that one. Or you can get some more from the Landmos too, sure.
The rich get richer. Three runners on stream, three searching for the princess. Who will be the first to put it all together? John Tabin, unfortunately, is out of bombs. Lacking for those valuable resources right at the end.
Yeah, I feel bad. Honestly, John could have just left the dungeon and come back with bombs from a shop about now. I understand not wanting to leave 9, but
I'm
it's
also not
hard
sure
when
how
you run
close
out.
the nearest bomb shop was. Well, they were spread all over the world, but I don't recall seeing many near start.
I mean, I think if you took one of the any roads, you came pretty close to one.
Oh, whiz ropes. Orange whiz ropes drop bombs. There you go.
Well, there you go. Well, Rick gets more bombs.
And he could potentially force more off the... So, same place where we've been for a little bit here. Seeing which of these three runners is going to find the right path. John Taven's found a new bomb wall. He's found an open shutter door. And he has found Princess Zelda with a time of 30:57. That's good for 9th place this evening.
Yeah, this was definitely a 9 that you could dump a lot of time into, for sure.
Druid joins us in the chat room and says this could indeed be a 9. Finding that one bomb wall is pretty important to get to Zelda. And there it is for Dr. J. That is to be 10th place with a 131.55. Two of our runners finding their way through that quick. And the bunny just needs to finish this out for us. Now, Rick's been pretty in practice with the Z1 lately. He has vanilla speedruns this month. That doesn't always translate to Randomizer, though. Because in vanilla, you certainly know where the bomb will. There's always that.
Oh boy. Yeah, Rick unfortunately was the ball in a game of Wizrobe tennis.
I think that was one away from the hint. Was he going back to check that he had read the message right, perhaps? Well, Rick is not under the gun, but he's under the dash.
Hey guys.
Speaking of people who are looking for the kidnapped, John Taven joins us now.
Yeah, I came very close to just dot quitting the if I hadn't gotten a bomb drop and couldn't find the way to 9. This was a really annoying 9. But other than that, it's an interesting seed because kind of everything was required, but nothing was super out of reach. So
yeah, I think we conclude the only thing not required was the recorder.
Yeah, the recorder wasn't required, although it helped a lot with the overworld.
We had you, Dr. J, and Rick all had Ganon down at basically the same point.
Ooh, exciting.
Like Zelda, but this was quite the path to get there.
Yeah. And we got the hint for Zelda in the southeast. That was way up. I don't know if everyone else saw that, but it was still hard to find the path, even if you knew that.
I don't know what to ask on this. I mean, you had the chain reaction, you had power bracelet in the raft required.
Yeah, I'd figured out by the time I was in 7 and I saw the hint that said the silver arrows are in 2. I'd figured out by then that 2 had to be the power bracelet spot because I'd gotten a hint for 2 near start and I'd checked everything else around start by the time I saw that hint. So I figured, oh, I think power bracelet's the only thing I have left near start. And then I found the power bracelet in 7. I actually marked the start power bracelet spot as 2 before I even got there because I was pretty sure. So, which was kind of a nice feeling, even though it does mean that you didn't skip anything really.
No,
I think the only things I didn't check were the other 3 power bracelet spots because I went to the raft first, and I was like, wow, that's required too. And also the rare shop was under was recorder block too. It had cheap beat and a cheap key, which didn't matter, but it was I still noticed that it did something.
Rick has just reconfirmed his hint about the kidnapped, or found it if he didn't see it before.
Yeah. By the end of this, I was just basically taking a staircase and seeing if it went to the southeast, and then trying again. And it was not the first or second try.
Yeah, I think between everybody, it may have been Dr. J that actually found the path to Ganon the fastest, but then this path to Zelda was just pretty elusive tonight.
I heard Ganon like a couple minutes before I got back to him because I didn't want to up A and backtrack because I only had 1 potion charge, but I also was like down to 1 heart, so I was very, very carefully clearing the room to open the shutter that had gone in the wrong direction when I heard the roar.
Ricky in the right neighborhood. Well, any final thoughts on this one?
No, I think Rick's gonna on the right path now. He's gonna get there pretty soon.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah, there it is.
And GG for Adirondack Rick finishing in 11th place with a 137.35.
So I guess was it Captain Green that came in first?
Yes.
I don't know if there's any word on what his flag will be next week, but these flags are nice, and there are a lot of ways you can make them more annoying. So they be watching with interest to see what we get next week. GG, Rick.
Alright, that brings our on-stream runners to a finish. See if Rick is going to join us here. He does know the way in here quite well.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard him on the mic once or twice. Did anybody get the book?
No. I mean, everybody found it, but nobody picked it up.
Yeah,
Chad,
it was
hope you all had fun tonight.
Yeah, it was a really nasty room. I whistled back to get to it.
Happy birthday,
Rick.
Rick.
GG, Rick.
More or less painful than Oko.
Oh, well. That 9 was as painful as Oko was.
That's right. That's what you were doing all day. How did that go? I didn't get a chance to watch your stream.
Well, that 9 was about as painful as Oko was.
Well, then it must have been pretty bad.
It was all right. Seriously, it went okay. Like level 8 was the big thing for me there. In that case, I'm going to assume anyone who finished well in this race probably dug 7.
I mean, I dug 7,
You
but
had 7 much earlier than most people was a big difference. So you had the Triforce out of there well before most people.
yeah, I
finished 7.
just peeked into 7 for a second and then came back later when I was ready to give it some time. And and by the time I'd gotten to 7, I'd like pieced together that I was going to need more stuff, so I had reason to dig. If you just went and grabbed the Triforce and left, that would slow you down a lot, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing that the...
Because the Power Bracelet was a little bit south of the Triforce, if I'm remembering right.
Yes,
and we started at the far north, so you had to go all the way back.
Yep, and I was like, at this point, it's Wiz Robes. I don't want to be here anymore. If the seed gives me a reason to come back, then I'll have to come back, but here's hoping that it doesn't. And then all of a sudden, when I get into level 5, I'm like, oh, shoot, my 2 items that are remaining at this point is Bow and Power Bracelet. I have to go back to 7.
How about that entry to level 3?
I thought this was supposed to be randomized.
Yes, I had exactly the same thought. It was I went in there like I was one of the first things I found, so I peeked in, saw Wiz Ropes, left immediately, and then I came back when I was a little better equipped. And I was like, wait a minute, it's just a reverse sea of Wiz Ropes. I've done this 100 times. So. Well, I'm gonna head off. I don't know if anyone has any final thoughts, but thanks Trenton for the commentary and. Thanks,
Good
B
night,
Gaming, for the
Chad.
research.
Thanks so much. Chad, what was your favorite part about tonight? Feel free to chime in with anything you've got. Well, Rick, I mean, a lot of this was just what it was. There was a lot of items required, and you had the reverse dungeon order with.
Yeah. Like, I felt good about having the Triforces out of 6, 7, and 8 at the beginning, but once it became more obvious that I was going to have to go back into 7, that's when it all fell apart.
Fun fact, you, Dr. J, and John Tabin Ganon down within a minute of each other. And that it just took that long for everybody to find the right path.
Didn't help the fact there was only one path to get to her by the looks of things.
Very possibly. You did you like to go with that grid search where you're checking looking for the magic staircases, so this is a night where staircases were very required.
Yeah, I don't know. This is one where it could have gone better, but I don't know how it could have gone better.
You could check shovel spot. Nothing? Really?
Nope, you got nothing out of me out of that one.
Okay. Let me get some reaction. I got nothing more. Ed, you got anything?
No, I got nothing. Happy birthday, Rick.
Well, thank you.
Happy birthday, Rick. Thank you so much, Kairos, for tracking for us. Thank you, everybody who joined us, lurking and just enjoying the show. Hope everyone had fun with this weekly. And there'll be another one next week. That's the way it works. Have a great night, everybody.